Hey everyone, Marsh from Consequence here. I wanted to go over the second last boss in the upcoming raid, Diurna. Um, the in short of this fight is that there's two phases: a burn phase at the end, and like a pretty long phase one where you have to kill a set number of eggs. It'll be a debuff on the boss, and you'll know how many you have to kill. And in heroic, there's going to be two groups. There's going to be your what I call a main group and your ad killing group. So in the main group, there's going to be a spear and that the boss drops, and you're going to want to have two players pick up the spear and break the eggs. Now, the way we did it on heroic, and I have mythic footage, but in heroic, you don't have to swap sides of the room, and I'll talk about that later. But we had just two BM hunters with a mage and a main tank backup doing every single spear. And then we sent over all our like heavy cleave people to just handle the ads the whole time. And we left our single target nukers of the boss on the boss. And we'll talk about that. But you grab the spear, you break the eggs, and you need a very set path to go to break the eggs that makes sense. And you can see in this image here, like this opening, like the ads will come out of there, and it'll be obvious where they're coming out of. So in our mythic testing, I wish I had normal testing VODs because you'd see us do it really well. But we basically made a path. We don't know how it's going to work on live. But, you basically just say like, okay, the ads are going to come out from, this side. Let's take the boss over here. Okay, the third set of ads is coming here. Let's make sure we have the boss over here. So on normal, we like mapped out a path for the normal difficulty in making sure that the ads just didn't spawn on the boss. And the reason that's bad is because the ads have to be like 50 yards, 50, 100, around there, yards away from the boss, so basically across the room. And if the ads are too close to the boss, they just like kind of empower and kill you. And you have to take them away to damage them and like interact with them. Also, if you miss an egg break, an ad will spawn. And when I say egg break, I mean she'll mark the two closest eggs close. So like see here on Mythic, she has 32 stacks, but she'll mark the two closest eggs to her, and those have to break no matter what. You see we have 3 eggs marked here, and we were trying to break 3 at once on pole. Like we started middle, and then we would move out. And that's what you're doing on normal too. So like we know the ads don't spawn at the beginning of the fight, so it's just safely at the middle ones, then move opposite of where the ads spawn. There's also a few other mechanics going on. So this is the fire mechanic. You just dodge and get out. It's kind of annoying for the spear grabbers. You don't want to drop them like on the spear if you can, but you can see the spear is going to go down. She drops her spear. This hunter grabs it, goes left. One hunter always went left looking at the boss's butt, and the other one went right, always looking at the boss's butt. And then we had a forward and back priority as well. So making a priority system. Now you see, I like the mythic testing because what you're going to see here is you see the ad spawn over here, and we have the blue marker. These ads do a few mechanics, and you see this guy has a dot that's stacking up. That dot's from being too close to the boss. So basically what they want you to do is they want you, in Mythic at least, they want you to swap sides. So one group kills, then switches, the other group kills, then switches. On Heroic, this dot doesn't exist. So again, what we did is we had a single target nuke group with spears. So like, who's really good at doing pure single target? Do you want to put your assassination rogues there? Your BM hunters are really good at the spears. And things like that, right? And then on the other side, we had everyone else, all the heavy cleavers. We had demo locks, like stay over here too. Even though demo locks do a lot of cleave, but we just had them nuke the boss in heroic. So you really have to look at your comp and kind of like figure out like how much single target you need to push the boss phase. And there's no really easy answer for me to tell you because you need to get all of the boss's stacks, at least in testing. You had to get all the egg stacks gone before you phased. So in normal, we phased her so quickly. She had like 8 stacks left, and all the eggs hatched and kills us instantly. So what we had to do is we had to stop damage and then send more people just kill ads and less people on the boss. So the ads do a few things. There's two dragons. There's a well, there's small ads that come from the broken eggs. They don't do anything. But there's two like big dragons that are like a huge problem. Um, there's going to be the Frost Drake and then the Storm Drake. It's not listed here. It might be a new mechanic, but the Frost Drake is a massive problem, and like that's going to be your number one DPS priority, no matter what. If you're in the cleave group, because it will just start like ramping damage on you guys, like the whole raid, and kill you. There's a bunch of like smaller ads that just need to be tanked and killed. There's really not like much to talk about them. There is one ad that needs a purge, which is extremely good to have your shamans over there purging that off. But yeah, other than that, it's a lot of like CC kicks, the purging. Um, yeah, so it's nothing much, but like what again, what we did is okay, you guys are really good at cleave. You're going to be the ad killers the whole phase one. Okay, you guys are really good at single target. You're going to be the boss killers in P1. And then like when logs come out and you kind of get a feel for it, you can kind of like make small changes, move people around for whatever fits your needs. Going into P2 here, P2 we only saw a normal. I don't have the testing VODs, which sucks. But there's a few mechanics going on. So like the first one is there is a staff mechanic. However, this time instead of breaking eggs, it just chases down players, and it like ramps up. So it'll be like X players, then X plus one or two players, and X plus four players. Like it'll just like target more and more and more and more players. And that line like trucks, like the line that chases you around hits super hard. So if you get caught in someone else's line, you're just gonna die. So you need to kind of think of a way of like what we tried to do in normal is just like make a little circle around yourself. Like everyone spreads out and makes a little circle. There is a mechanic that doesn't allow you to do that super easily, which is I think it's Frozen Shroud. I don't see it here. I didn't make this sheet, but I don't see it here. But there's like a mechanic that basically roots you in place. So any way to get out of root is going to be really important, and it roots you and it does a lot of damage to you. So spreading out, if you're not a class that can get out of a root, is kind of dangerous. So you kind of got to think like, if I can get out of root, maybe I should be like away from other people. If I can't get out of a root, maybe I can be more in the middle for a dispel or some healing because it will do damage to you. There's also going to be fire, and the tank debuff really hurts. But yeah, that's really not the phase. So those mechanics kind of just cycle until you die, and it just kind of ramps up. Um, yeah, 30% damage per stack. So that's really the fight. I'm letting it. So you'll see here, like, look at this. This is the ad killing group, and we have our shamans over here. They're purging, but we're gonna die here. As this proto drake is out killing us. So just keeping everything under control and whatnot. One thing to note is in heroic, using your tank that has the best aggro pickup is probably really important for like going over and being in the ad group. I don't think you have to tank swap in heroic. I could be wrong on that. But the making sure that like you have like MDs or tricks or something to help your tank pick up these ads, because your DPS are just going to want to blast them, and I mean they kind of have to. So but yeah, that's it with this encounter. Things to take away is figure out where the ads spawn, keep the boss on the opposite side of the room of them while making a path to kill eggs, assign players with mobility and players who can communicate and kind of understand what's going on in the counter to carry your whole raid with the sphere breaking and keep them in the boss group the whole time. Um, and yeah, that's really about this fight on heroic. It's probably gonna be pretty hard for guilds because of all the mapping around the room you have to do with the eggs. So make sure your tanks are really, really on top of researching and knowing where they have to pull and getting markers down if they have to. If not, it's going to be a struggle. So other than that, that's all I got. Good luck, and I'm out. Peace.